Amy Pellegrini says, why is self-sabotage such a feature in human life? You know what? I have a chapter about that in my new book too. Which chapter is it now? I think it's it. I can't always match the content with the chapter title, oddly enough. I think it's the chapter about picking friends that are good for you. See, oh yes, I have it right here. And I didn't set that up, by the way. I genuinely did remember. Make friends with the people who want the best for you. Was that it? No, treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. There we go. Why is self-sabotage such a feature? Okay, here's a couple of reasons. The first is that there's a lot of responsibility with success, right? So if you say yes to things and you do a good job and you bear a large burden, then you have to carry it. And a lot of that might be success, but failure is a lot easier than success. Plus you can complain about it and whine about it and be a victim and, garner all sorts of kudos from yourself and others that way. So there's that. It's just failure to adopt responsibility. But then I would say too, there's also revenge on the self and God. That's partly why I like the Cain and Abel story so much once I sort of figured out what it meant. People have a hard time not having the kind of contempt that borders on self-hatred for themselves, partly because, we are fragile and mortal creatures and prone to error and malevolence, and we know that of ourselves better than anyone else. And because we know that, we're prone to punish ourselves and to think ill of ourselves. And, one of the things I learned from Jung was that the injunction to do unto your neighbor as you would have him do unto you was an equation rather than a statement about how to be nice to people, and that you have an ethical obligation to treat yourself as if you're a person of value, even if you don't really feel that you owe yourself that you owe yourself the same treatment that you would give someone that you cared for and loved. And that's a really hard thing to learn, because you kind of have to detach yourself from your knowledge of all your insufficiencies and your flaws and treat yourself with dignity and respect. At least the dignity and respect due someone who's faulty that could conceivably learn. And that's a very difficult ethical lesson to learn. It's easier to beat yourself continually on the back of the head with a club and to feel it's justified given how much you know about how wretched and useless you are. So let's say there's two reasons. One is that you don't want the responsibility, so it's not really self-sabotage, it's just avoidance of responsibility and consequent failure. And the second is punishment, self-punishment that seems only just given what you know about all your pathology and error and insufficiencies. So I would say that's the big two there.